today's episode, I will be showing you the progress after building a house every weekday for 30 weekdays. I was also building something in the background, so if you see something new, just ignore it. At the end, you could comment your favorite build that I built during the 30-day challenge. So let's go! Alright, so this is probably the area that I built nothing in during the last 30 days. This area, so I'll just gonna fly through it. It's not that important. So let's start off in the interesting part, I'll say. Anyways, so this is where I would consider this the alleyway, because it's like the section that leads to this, like, this section's the iron farm area, which is probably the most isolated area. But there's a gate here that Alex built, and going in here we have these two houses. This house I put a bit more detail in, just for reasons. And I put also some smoke coming out of here, so that's that. And this is the watermill house. Same thing, quite an older house, but this is that house. We also have this other house, the bridge house right here. And well, so we have these two houses that were built before the 30 days. This one was built by Alex. It's just like an Asian house, like an Asian temple style, but like a wide one, like that. This is in fact the first Asian temple that was on the server that we built. And this one is mine, which is more of a Western house that is quite large actually. Just like a, it's kind of like a mason house. It's like a stone area here with like the work area, and then there is like a double door in the back and some table here, and it's a big house, I'd say. And well, this house is actually like, I had the idea of building an alley here for a while, and so the first thing we did was Alex built this house while I built this house over here, which was actually a quite small house. It's a weird house. We just tried to speed run a house. Didn't work that well, but it's just a house, not much. It's a little boring, but it has that type of attitude, I'd say. Has that little crack in the middle, has a wide chimney compared to the house, and it's kind of like sticky out. And I just decided to make a weird house, while Alex made this house, which is more of a, I'd say it's a cooler house minus a diorite. I just don't like the diorite. That's probably just me. The house is good overall. It's just like one of these types of house, the big floor on the bottom, and then it just has this look here. And well, oh wait, there's one more house right here. This was actually the first house I built during the 30 days. I just built it, I just put it after. It was not on day one, but it was the first house I built for the 30-day project. So inside here, it's just kind of boring, but I don't really care too much. Just the chest over here. It's a pretty simple house. Dark oak logs. Has a weird look, but I just put it in. Also has a mangrove roof up there. And this one is a tiny castle. I decided, well, I have a big castle over here, and let's just put a tiny castle here. But it ends up looking a bit better than the other ones, which is kind of than the other towers over here. Oh, oopsie. Anyways, it has a weird look. I like it, pretty nice. And then we have, well, I guess no, I'm not gonna go to the village right away. We have this pink house. Just Alex built a long time ago, but never finished it, so I just finished it for him. It's kind of like an odd house. And then we have the tent, which was from day one. you know, everything's the same, but just back here, the hole of nothingness, and yeah, not much else. Then we have the lumberjack house here. The lumberjack house was just crammed in this area, which I don't love, but I wanted to build more house here. Yeah, so we farm trees here, so I just decided to put it here. And well, if you go in the house, it has this log floor. Are these strip logs? Yeah, they're stripped. So these are stripped spruce logs that just have that lumberjack feeling. That's like made out of wood, and because he's a lumberjack. And there's also this campfire. I should put a furnace here actually, but hey, I don't have cobble on me. But whatever, I'll put that later. And we also have a pile of logs here. Next, we have this beacon. This casual beacon here. This newer thing. When we fought the Wither after. Double house, pretty old house at this point. Still looking pretty clean. And then there's the hobbit hole here. Just short, but relatively short. Not that short actually. But it has this type of... I like the arches on this house. It's like the whole house has arches everywhere. Like these arches, arch. I just like the arches. It has this hobbit hole. It's a bit tall for a hobbit hole, but whatever. It's a hobbit hole either way. And then there's this, which is the hole. The underground base. I just call it the hole, but whatever. Just this base. It's actually one of the most detailed houses I put in the interior, because, well, if not, then then this house would be so bad. And like, there's just, I don't have books on me, but a bunch of junk. Yeah, there. A bunch of stuff everywhere, really. Just a tiny house, really. Not much else. Lots of stuff in it, but just because it's a small house, but. So this is the windmill now. So the windmill is one of the earlier additions to the village, but I just put a bunch of wheat around it just as a new addition. And I like to think that this is like his house, the farmer over there. His house, he lives in a tiny house like this. Didn't put a bed because I don't want villagers like these people to get around. Is there? Oh, a villager died. Sweet berries. Murderer. Alright, anyways, and this is also the wizard tower. Didn't turn out as great as I wanted it to, but whatever, really. There's nothing I can really do. Or I could tear it down, but doesn't look that bad that I should tear it down. Looks pretty weird and goofy. We also have, oh, that was an older thing. Oh right, the globe, but that's after. I'll do that after. So we have this, which is the big binocular house. It's like the observatory. This has a big thing on the top, that's all. Now I was able to oxidize the copper this time. So there's the copper. This is that. It's very boring. This thing is probably one of my least favorite, but I suck at redstone. So that's that. And then there's these two cottage house kind of, I think. This is the villa, which is the Spanish house. It's just kind of a weird, goofy thing. And the other house is the cottage. It's like a plains cottage. And it's it has a weird look, but I like it. And also has a balcony, unlike that one. But this house was also built after. Ran out of bricks, so I just put acacia. Nobody will know. Well, now you guys will know, but this is the Torii gate for this temple. The big temple. The big temple is pretty cool. Just left some shulkers around here. But it's just like an Asian temple. Oh my god, and the cherry trees went growing everywhere. Like literally. The bamboo is growing pretty tall too. We trim it once in a while. Basically the cobble represents like broken stone because it's stabbed in here. And this thing is the handle, and there's another sword on display. And well, I'm not gonna talk too much about each house, but this one is one of the bigger ones. I really like it. There is this house, which is kind of, these two houses are kind of like abandoned in the woods. Kind of like a, oh. Anyways, this is like the Nordic house with the hay bales. Yeah, it's a pretty cool house, I'd say, but it's just one of the first house. The igloo is actually the third house, but in the series it was the second. I didn't really like building this house, it's kind of boring, but whatever, it's okay. It's just a house. House is a house. And we also have some other houses. We have some other houses around this area. Also a little torii gate there, but it's not a torii gate, it's just a gate. Like we put gates on at a lot of the entrances after, but this is like an isolated house. I didn't think about it as an isolated house at the start, but it's just like a fill in the gap thing. It's kind of just ugly inside, but that's a gate. That's another one of the gates. And the idea, this house kind of has a feeling that it's like almost the leader of the village, almost. Like the king of the village would live up there. It's on a hill and it's kind of like an isolated, or like a rich person live over there. There's also this house, a flower pot house. Not that much going on inside the house, but if you look on the other side, there is a flower, a little tulip over there, and there is, oh, it's the modern house, right? The tiny modern house. Because I do have a modern house at Ironfront area, but this one is a small one, you know. This is snow, but whatever. We're gonna think about that one. We have books here. And villagers somehow got up here. This guy has been stuck here for the last 10,000 years. And also we have the yacht. The yacht, one of the final builds actually. So we have all of this. The basement and the bottom. Basement. Just chugged with all of a bunch of junk. Really. The bed here just. I also put some bubble columns just so it could like have the engine look like it's running. Of course it isn't, but that's that. This one is, oh, okay, so I lined it up here. So I put a bunch of scaffolding here because we were doing clutches at one point here. Oh, whatever really. I just landed here. So this area, oh, but anyways, this is like this airship. It's like a funky airship with a lot of balloon on it, holding like a boat. But looks, yeah, looks like that. Don't know how to show it better. Yeah. Anyways, we could go down to this area. Alright, so this area is the lookout tower. Turned out pretty good actually, but it has this funky look with the bamboo and the amethyst. And we could jump off here. It's kind of like a pillager outpost. It's like thin, there's a thick bottom where you could enter, and there's banners up top. But I kind of wanted it to look like that a bit, but it turned out slightly too much like it, but whatever. It's a bit smaller, so. But I only realized after that it looked like that. So this area is the cow farm, been like empty for the longest time. So I decided to put this, a globe. This globe took forever because glass. This took like 5 stacks of glass, which was kind of not, or it might have taken more than 5 stacks of glass actually, a lot more actually. Maybe like 12 stacks of glass. But anyways, it took a lot of glass, and it took forever because of that. But it turned out very nice, I'd say. What is that? Cows, you can still breed them. And it's just like this glass dome. Or it's not a dome, not a circle, but a square. And that'd be bad if I broke that. Anyways, have a look Just look, you could look over the whole village. See everything here. Did I miss anything? Oh yes, I did. And I think there's just a few more houses left to look at. And you could even jump off here, get your water bucket out. And this house is the cabin. So the cabin has this weird flooring because I used to grow trees, like spruce trees over here. And well, there's a villager here now. There are two. Anyway, so this is have this look. There's two beds here, kind of like a cozy cabin, like the cabin in the woods. Yeah, it's kind of that. It's also like a wood tent. Look, a big wood tent with cobble in the middle. Yeah, so this is like the house on stilts. The interior, it's okay, but it's one of the first of its kind to have this type of interior. To have an interior, basically. Like most of my houses don't even have an interior, basically. It's kind of like this. I don't know how to show it other than like this. There's like curved down look, and it's all wood too. And this is also, this looks Asian for some reason. I don't know why. It just does. It's like a boat, but it's like tips are like curved up. It's a pretty small house, but like I just like it. It's like small and cozy. Oh, the tree house, right? The tree house. This house, I don't love it. Just don't love it. Has a weird look to it, but I'm just leaving it like that. Has this like leaf ceiling. It does have that glass dome look, but it's not the center. That is a monstrosity. That was when we were trying to get music disc, but ignore that. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.